This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, a third camping ground operator has joined the chorus of discontent over the new council-run hub near Luggett. A West Coast horse racing club is set to be a winner if a report into New Zealand's racing industry is implemented. And the annual Run the Runway charity fun run is on next month, and some are already limbering up. Kia ora, I'm Holly Buchanan. A third camping ground operator has joined the chorus of discontent over the new Queenstown Lakes District Council hub near Luggett. The hub offers some tourists free camping sites, much to the dismay of camping ground operators at Hawea and Lake Wanaka. Now, the Luggett Albion Cricket Club, which operates the Luggett camping ground, is also claiming to be losing money.
Getting some net time in ahead of this weekend's round of club cricket. The Luggett Albion Cricket Club's ground and facilities are housed at the local camping ground. They run the facility as a way to fund the club. But President Mike O'Connor says the nearby government-funded Red Bridge hub has more than halved the number of customers at the camping ground this year.
And so the revenue just hasn't come in, and these freeloaders have been staying up at the Red Bridge for the last 6 weeks and just taking a real advantage of it.
The hubs have been set up for self-contained vehicles only, but O'Connor says non-self-contained vehicles have been staying there en masse.
In 3 nights that we've had a look in the next morning around 7 o'clock, it's been absolutely chocker with definitely vehicles that are not self-contained. All the signage there says that they must be self-contained, but yeah, it's just beyond a joke, to be honest.
He says they've been made to jump through a lot of hoops to conform with camping ground regulations, including spending $100,000 on new showers and toilets, and another $20,000 is needed to hook up to the council's new Luggett sewerage system. Any profits left over go towards the area's 9 cricket teams.
It's not cheap to run a cricket club, and but we're pretty proud to say that money has all gone back into either the club rooms, the facilities, the roading, the upkeep of the ground, or into the junior cricket or the men's cricket.
But not all campers have been flouting the rules.
Our van is not a self-contained van, so we need a camping place with a toilet, and this one is also like nice view, good area, and for $5 is perfect.
The council say they've had between 1 and 3 self-contained vehicles a night at the Red Bridge hub, which have been moved on from the site, but others may have arrived after the camping ambassadors have done their checks. But O'Connor says the council isn't policing the hub well enough.
It's just these freeloaders that are, they're not saying they're only staying out at the Red Bridge, but wherever they are, they should be kicked out if they're not self-contained.
The Luggett Community Association say the hub's been a roaring success and the number of problems associated with freedom camping has reduced this summer. But without more vigilant policing of the rules, these players fear their summers of cricket may be numbered. In Luggett, The South Today.
It's understood the female Lime scooter rider, critically injured after being hit by a truck, appears to have run a red light moments before the crash. The Otago Daily Times has been told the 26-year-old woman was heading south on Dundas Street when she rode through a red light and into the path of the truck travelling along Cumberland Street. The incident happened at around 1:45 a.m. Police say the serious crash unit have examined the scene, but they're not able to speculate on the cause of the crash while the investigation is ongoing. The woman was understood to be from the United States, and her family are in the process of being notified by police. Lime staff in Dunedin and the company's public relations staff in Australia haven't yet responded to requests for comment. One West Coast horse racing club is set to be a winner if the recommendations of a report into New Zealand's racing industry are implemented. The Masara report is proposing a modernisation of the industry, including the closure of 20 racetracks around the country. Under the proposal, 4 West Coast clubs could be forced to hold meetings at Kumara.
Horses flying past the post at the Westland Racing Club's track at Hokitika, oblivious of the potential fate of their club. This club and others at Reefton and Greymouth are scheduled to be amalgamated, with future meetings to be held at Kumara.
I feel quite humbled by the way people have come out and supported us. It's fantastic. I think we have a lot of talking to do between now and when whatever happens. Things have to change in racing, we accept that, but we're not the problem. The West Coast Circuit is not the problem.
Westland Racing Club President Gray Eatwell says the industry is growing on the coast, so there's no need for closures.
I think we've got potential growth in our racing in Westland, and I think that's what we should concentrate on.
The nationwide Masara report is recommending many racing clubs across the country either close or join with others which are nearby. But that didn't curb the enthusiasm of those trackside at this recent meeting at Westland. Eatwell says many owners and trainers come from across New Zealand to race on the coast.
Four meetings over a period of about, I think it's about 10 days or whatever. Owners and trainers, they come here from all over New Zealand. They come all the way from north of Auckland down to Riverton, and they bring horses here. They specifically get trained up to do the circuit racing. It's a unique type of racing, and a lot of trainers take advantage of it, and they do well at it.
If the Masara report into the racing industry is adopted, 11 racing venues across New Zealand won't be issued with racing licences for the next season. At the Western Racecourse, the South Today.
2 fake building inspectors are reported to be on the prowl in Wanaka. The Queenstown Lakes District Council said they've received reports of individuals posing as council building inspectors in the Wanaka area to gain access to private residences. It says both a male and female have sought to access homes within the last month to undertake an inspection for compliance. There has been one confirmed attempt and further anecdotal instances. The individuals had no confirmed appointment, identification or uniform. There's nothing like waiting for dawn to break over the runway at Dunedin's airport, and the public are invited to enjoy it with a brisk walk or run along the length of the tarmac. The Run the Runway event is in its 2nd year, aiming to raise money for the Mosgiel Aquatic Centre.
Preparing to give their all in this year's Run the Runway event at Dunedin's airport. Next month's early morning fundraiser gives the public a unique chance to walk or run the almost 2 kilometre long tarmac runway at the Monmona airport. For those who choose to run, the fastest time wins a free training flight over the Tairi with Mainland Air.
As the sun rises, it is a race for those that want it to be a race. There's a first prize. The fastest time will get to take off in an aeroplane themselves. Mainland Air supported us with a free training flight.
The event was held for the first time last year, with around 150 people turning up. Organisers have tweaked the logistics for this year's follow-up.
It was a fantastic start, and now we've built on that. So 2019 we can have all ages run. Last year it was restricted to adults, and we've been able to halve the price, because while this is about raising money for the pool, it's also about trying to bring new experiences onto the Tairi.
The 6 a.m. runway walk and run is set to happen in a fortnight's time, Sunday the 3rd of February. But a word of warning for those thinking of taking part, they won't be selling tickets on the day.
There won't be door sales. We do need to know who's coming prior to the day for civil aviation requirements. There are quite a few restrictions around that we need to meet.
Funds raised will go towards the $15 million required for Mosgiel's new aquatic centre. Thanks to other fundraising and community grants, the Trust is now only $700,000 short of its target. In Dunedin, for the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today, demand for accommodation heats up in Dunedin following confirmation Fleetwood Mac is set to return. And no signs of slowing down for one octogenarian recently made a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Need to rent an EFTPOS? Whether it's just a week or the whole season, maybe a pop-up store, a concert or event, Anything's POS have equipment available to suit your needs for retail and hospitality with local support. To rent, lease or buy, contact Anything's POS.
Every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
Welcome back. Demand for accommodation is already heating up in Dunedin. Following confirmation, Fleetwood Mac is coming back. It was announced yesterday the Grammy-winning band would perform its only South Island show at Forsyth Bar Stadium on Saturday, September the 21st. Tickets don't go on general public sale until next Friday, but that hasn't stopped an early rush to book hotel or motel rooms in the city. Eyesight Dunedin say some fans are already taking a punt and booking accommodation for the concert, with some companies making block bookings. In the sporting realm, there's not much Christchurch man Barry Gardner hasn't done. The 81-year-old has played provincial tennis, rugby union and rugby league and has won a host of world squash titles. He's been recognised for his achievements by being made a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit and is currently riding his bike most days as he trains for the Motatapu mountain bike race from Wanaka to Arrowtown in March.
Age isn't slowing this man down. Barry Gardner had his 81st birthday earlier this week. The celebrations came on the back of being named in the New Year's Honours list as a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit for services to sport, squash in particular.
You just got to keep yourself fit and keep on playing squash. If you give up, even for a year, it gets very difficult the older you get.
Yes, age is no barrier. Gardner has been a squash world champion in the over 50, 60 and 70 age groups. Still active, there could be more on the cards.
Over 80 is the limit at the moment. You never know. I just might stick around for a while and see if they go over 90.
For now though, his focus is on racking up miles on the bike as he prepares to tackle the 47-kilometre Motatapu mountain bike race from Wanaka to Arrowtown in March. This year will be his third time at the event. There's a reason he keeps going back.
It was really tough. And I got home from the event. I didn't attend the ceremony afterwards because I was too stuffed. I got home and there was a big box about 2 weeks later on my back doorstep. So I opened it up and there was a large bottle of Centro Otago Pinot Noir. Yes, beautiful. And a trophy. And I read the script and it said, "Congratulations, you are the oldest finisher." I'm going back this year with the full intention of winning another bottle of Centro Otago Pinawa.
At 81, he's now enjoying a well-earned retirement after continuing to work for the Selwyn District Council until last year.
I enjoyed the work, I enjoyed the people out there, they're a great crowd, but also I cycled from home in Avonhead here to Rolleston every day and back, and that was so good. Yeah, it was a good way of keeping me fit without any, had to get to work, had to come home, so it was an easy way out.
Growing up on the west coast, Gardner was part of the province's rugby league glory days.
It was the strongest province in New Zealand in those days. We had 6 or 7 Kiwis in the team, including some of the greats.
Converting from league to union after moving to Timaru, Gardner holds a unique record of playing against France in 4 different positions in 2 codes in the space of just 12 months.
There was no replacements in those days, so if somebody got injured, really seriously injured, because if you just got injured, you stayed on and played. But if you were seriously hurt, you were carried off and the team carried on with 1 less player. And that's what happened to us. George Skinner, our halfback, got his nose broken and they carried him off, and I ended up going after 20 minutes from loose forward to halfback.
A knee injury sustained while playing the Springboks in 1965 ended Gardner's rugby career. However, that proved the launching pad for success in squash and tennis.
I never heard of squash until I arrived in Timaru, and I picked it up quite quickly. Tennis was a different story. I hadn't played tennis before, but I ended up number 5 in the South Canterbury tennis ladder and played for South Canterbury now and again.
His squash game is now like a fine wine. It's also in the genes, as was proved by a fortnight to remember in 2016.
In the space of a couple of weeks, my granddaughter, my son-in-law, my son and myself all won national titles. Unprecedented.
After the break on the South Today, many of Toto's future cricketing stars enjoy a holiday program in Ranfurly. And with a sharp trough of low pressure moving over the region tomorrow, we find out what the weather has in store for the weekend.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren, as Garador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Need to rent an FPOS? Whether it's just a week or the whole season. Maybe a pop-up store, a concert or event. Anything's POS have equipment available to suit your needs. For retail and hospitality with local support. To rent, lease or buy, contact Anything's POS.
Step into Shop on Carroll and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Most of us have spots on our skin. That's quite normal. Finding skin cancer as early as possible is key to successful treatment. Book in for a free check of 1 to 2 moles or a comprehensive full body check with the Mole Doctor in Waverley.
Welcome back. Maniatoto's brightest cricketing stars have been burning off some of their summer holiday energy. A two-day holiday program run by the Otago Country Cricket Association was held in Ranfurly this week as the future stars of the game get ready for the resumption of the season.
Plenty of enthusiasm from these young Maniatoto cricketers as they sharpen up their skills after the Christmas break. Primary and intermediate pupils aged between 7 and 13 enjoying a two-day training camp at Maniatoto Area School run by the Otago Country Cricket Association.
Just to mainly get kids engaged again with the sport and to make sure they're coming in and they're actually enjoying it. And for this one in particular, with the school holidays, there hasn't been a lot of cricket played, so this is sort of getting some of them back into the swing of things, I guess, before the season starts.
Miller says the aim of the program is to keep kids engaged with the sport, and he says these sorts of programs are crucial in ensuring cricket continues to grow in the region.
We just want, whenever somebody picks up a cricket bat or a cricket ball, they're just having a positive experience and they're really enjoying it. So in this sort of an environment, it's really easy to do that.
And it seems there's no shortage of young cricketing talent around the Maniatoto.
There's definitely a handful of players in there that have got plenty of ability. Everybody here though, I mean, just from going through a few skills and a few games and stuff, it's pretty easy to see that everyone can actually hold a bat. They can hit a ball, they can bowl a ball, they can throw a ball, and to play cricket, that's essentially all you've got to do.
And after running through a series of batting, bowling and fielding drills, the budding young cricketers put all the skills they'd learned together for the ever-popular Test match in the Maniatoto, the South today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South today. A third camping ground operator has joined the chorus of discontent over the new Queenstown Lakes District Council hub near Luggett. One West Coast horse racing club is set to be a winner if the recommendations of a report into New Zealand's racing industry are implemented. And some potential competitors in the annual Run the Runway charity event are limbering up ahead of the 2-kilometre jog on Dunedin's airport tarmac. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Hayden.
Hello, Holly. How are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Busy day at ODT Towers today.
No doubt.
An interesting looking paper tomorrow. We start with some sad news, some bad news. Obviously, the Lime scooters have been in the news constantly for a couple of weeks. The major accident this morning, a young woman versus a truck, not good. So tomorrow's paper will have the latest on that. Obviously, a huge concern for everybody.
Terrible.
And a sort of funny story from Wanaka too. Wanaka's had a spate of people pretending to be building inspectors and knocking on people's doors for various nefarious reasons, wanting to see inside their house. So a bit of a concern for the people of Wanaka.
Yes, that is, isn't it?
Indeed. And on a much lighter note, a fascinating, funny story that involves a clock, a railway station, and a family's rather dark past.
Ah, okay.
So we'll just tease that there, but it's a really good yarn. People can see on page 1 of the ODT tomorrow, I think. We also have a couple of yarns on dementia, so becoming a huge social issue, more and more people having to deal with dementia, supporters having to help people with dementia, so that's a really serious topic but an important topic to read about. And finally, on a much lighter note, we'll have all of the action from the very entertaining cricket game between the Volts and the Highlanders today, so there should be some interesting stuff on that tomorrow.
Sounds like a big addition. Thanks very much, Hayden. And it's time now for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by MoMap.
Tonight's southern view is of street art in a Dunedin car park. Looking at the situation, a sharp trough of low pressure and associated fronts will move over the region tomorrow, accompanied by rain and strong to gale force westerlies. The strong winds will continue on Sunday. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport can expect rain and highs of 21 degrees. Across to the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim are predicted to be warm with a few clouds and a pleasant 28 degrees. Expect a cloudy day in Canterbury with 27 degrees for Kaikoura and Christchurch, while Ashburton is also due for cloud but 1 degree cooler on 26. And hold on to your hats in the southern centres with strong westerlies predicted. Rain is due to ease with the Catlins, Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore expecting 16-degree highs. And it's also pretty windy over in central Otago, where gusty northwesterlies and rain later are the main features of the day. Wanaka and Alexandra are due for 18, Queenstown is 17, and Te Anau is expecting rain to ease with a high of 15 degrees. Looking at the northern towns now, Timaru and Oamaru are in for strong northwesterlies, rain later, and 24 for Timaru, 22 for Oamaru. Further inland, Omarama and Twizel are due for strong northwesterlies, rain later, and 18 degrees. And in Dunedin, fresh gusty nor'easters tonight with rain developing with an overnight low of 9. Rain tomorrow with strong north to northwest winds for most of the day, but lighter southwest winds develop in the evening, a high of 21 degrees. And mostly fine on Sunday with strong gusty westerlies with some late afternoon showers possible, looking at a high of 16. And in Invercargill, rain tonight with strong northwesterlies and an overnight low of 13. Rain easing to showers from midday tomorrow with strong to gale force westerlies becoming colder, a high of 16 and a low of 9. Cool with frequent showers on Sunday and again strong to near gale force westerly winds. A predicted top temperature of 14 degrees. And that wraps up the South Today for this week. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz, channel 39.co.nz and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Have a safe and restful weekend. Good night.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.